Action.
Guys, I'm back and I wanted to share a little bit of more information with you about Vlogmas, and I'm super excited about Vlogmas. So I promised myself that I was going to be more visible in 2017, and August then snuck up on me and I ain't been visible. Okay, I've been slipping, but that's how the year do. It'll run right past, and now it's August, but I'm focused. And the way to prove that I am focused, I am bringing you guys Vlogmas. And Vlogmas is basically going to be a video or a live stream, but I promise that every single day from here on out through August, you will see this face, and I will be bringing you some epic home buying content. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 1. I'm so excited to it. Today, we're going to talk about 2 ways that it really is cheaper to own, but also with a real life example. So to get started, I want to say this. Look at me. Listen to me. Yes, it really is cheaper to own. Why is it so hard to believe, guys? It really is, especially with where we are in today's market with rentals going up, but interest rates are going down. So that's why we say that it's renting is more costly than owning, but we're going to break it down. Let's dive right in with way number 1, monthly payment. So when you're renting or when you're earning, you're going to have different amounts that'll be due that you have to pay each month, either your rent or your mortgage. And in this market currently, you're going to be able to save more money each month. But let me give you an example. The low interest rates right now that go into getting a mortgage are very low right now. Historical lows. They creep up a little, but then they come back down. So right now they're right around 4%, which is really good. So if we take a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home that can either be owned or rented out, let's compare the prices. So because rental prices are increasing, that rental for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home on average is about $1,200. But if we go to a handy dandy mortgage calculator and we calculated how much the mortgage would be, it comes out to about $1,000. So right there, the monthly payment, $1,200 and $1,000, that's $200 difference each month, which I'm sure you could do a lot with $200 at the end of each month. Now, you really see it when we break it down to the year. $1,500 for the rental, and that comes out to $18,000 for the year. Now, renting at $1,000 for the year is $12,000. So $18,000 and $12,000 leaves $6,000. And at the end of the year, I'm pretty sure you can find a whole lot of things to do with an extra $6,000. But once that $6,000 is spent on renting, you don't get it back. So that is way number 1. Renting is more when it comes to the monthly. Another example, and this is one on top of the one that I was going to share with you guys. I know of at least 6, like personally 6 homes in my neighborhood right now that I calculate the mortgage for, and I know what it would be, but I see them on the market renting and looking for a tenant, and guess how much they are? $1,400 to $1,600. So we're talking 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-bedroom, 2-bath in a very quiet, family-oriented, established neighborhood and subdivision. The mortgage on one of these homes roughly would be about $1,000 to $1,200, but the rentals are going for $1,400 to $600. That's letting you guys see the flip-flop in the market. So while home prices are going down because of the interest rates dropping, the rentals are still going up, and they are very like competitive. I'm actually going to share a story as part of Vlogmas, guys. That's going to be all about like what I experienced when I was helping my parents find a rental. Very crazy story, but we're going to have a story time week in the month of Vlogmas. So I just want to be open and honest about what renting really is. Okay, let me put it like this. If you are renting, you are either padding your landlord's pockets or you're paying their mortgage. Now we go on to way number 2, which is return on investment. Now, you may or may not know, but I'm going to let you know that when you're renting and you're paying a monthly rent, you don't get anything back from it. So when we compare renting to owning, and owning, you actually get a return on your investment. So let me go ahead and break that down. If you're thinking about getting a return on your money, when renting or when you're the tenant, that's not very possible. But when you're owning, you're going to be getting a return on your investment. So you're going to have a monthly mortgage payment, and each month that mortgage payment is paying down your loan. So let me back it up. When you purchase your home, you get a home loan, also known as a mortgage. Now, each month when you're making your monthly payment, you're paying down your home loan and your mortgage amount. So when we couple your monthly mortgage paying down your loan amount and your home naturally appreciating each year, that difference creates something that I like to call equity. Yes, equity, EQUITY, 5 of my favorite letters. Let me explain to you guys what equity is. Simply, equity is the difference between the value of your home and the amount you owe on your loan. So that space in between is your equity. For example, if you own a $200,000 home, so it's valued at $200,000, and you have $150,000 left on your home loan, that means you have $50,000 in between that is your equity. And when I say your equity, it's your equity. You get to do anything that you want with it. A lot of people often use it to go on vacations, pay off debt, home improvements, renovations, things like that, because it's your equity and you can pull it out that way, or you sell your home. And when you sell your home for a $200,000 value and someone gives you the cash at the sale, $150,000 of that goes to pay off your mortgage, but the other $50,000, money in the bank. So it's always important to make sure that you're building equity, but that's one of the biggest benefits of home ownership, is that you're able to build that equity naturally with appreciation, and then month by month by paying down. I have a very interesting example. So most people live in their residence for about 5 to 7 years. So I'm going to compare renting for 5 years versus owning for 5 years. We are going to use the example of paying $1,200 per month, either for a rental or for a home, and we want to see what that looks like at the end of 5 years. So $1,200 for $12 months for 5 years comes out to $72,000. So $72,000 is what we'll spend in 5 years as a renter. Now, we take that same $1,200 and we invest it in a home of our own. That $1,200 each month is paying down our mortgage payment. So at the end of 5 years, yes, we would have still paid the same $72,000, but a good portion of that was actually paying down, let's say, the $150,000 mortgage that you got to purchase it. So now, instead of $150,000 balance, you've been paying it for 5 years. So maybe you just have like $130,000 balance. And also, the best part of it is that your home is going to naturally appreciate. So while you're paying down that balance, the appreciation is growing. So your home is valued at $200,000, your mortgage is $150,000, you just paid it down over 5 years to $130,000, but your appreciation is going up. So your home is valued at $210,000. So now your home is $210,000, but you only owe $130,000. Okay, you just made $80,000 in equity like that. That is what's so freaking awesome about home ownership, and I want to just tell everybody because it's just awesome. And when you compare it to renting, it just doesn't stack up. Just being like open and honest, a lot of people don't see anything wrong with renting, and I'm not saying it's anything wrong with renting. I'm just saying that renting is not the best option when it comes to your residence. So if you want a home to call your own and have your own place, you can use the same money that you would pay for a rental for a home. And not that renting is bad, but it's just not the best use of your money. So some people consider that it being a fair exchange. So you have a rental, let's say you rent a condo, and your condo you're renting is $200. I say $200 a lot because that's the national average for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath rental. So you're paying $200 a month for your condo, and you love your condo, and it's nice and it's beautiful and it's yours, and you've been living there for 5 years, but you're simply not getting anything back off of that $1,200. When you compare it to home ownership, where you're actually paying down a mortgage and building equity and having the appreciation on a property continue to put more money in your pocket, like what's better than making a payment and getting it back? Like if I pay my $1,000 mortgage and a chunk of that is coming back to me in the form of equity, like that's a good deal. Like I'll take that because it's it's just, it feels good when you're making smart choices, and these are like grown people, big girl panties on decisions that you make when you're buying a home, or when you're an adult and you're thinking about your money. We all gonna have bills, obviously, and we all have to have somewhere to live. But what are you gonna do with that $1,200 for your residence? Is it going to be $200 for an apartment that you pay to your landlord and you pad his pockets, making him richer and richer and richer, or paying off his mortgage so he's building equity in his home that you're living in? Or you can have your own home and build your own equity and be able to do with it as you want. And I wasn't even going to talk about this, but let me add, when you own your home, you are like in control. That's why I really like to call it being the queen of my castle, because I'm really in control. I can have and do as I please. And as I build equity, I have choices that what I want to do with my equity. So like my particular situation, like I've been in my home since 2013. So I've been able to enjoy 4 years of appreciation in this home, and I've seen it. My home was a new construction built in 2013. So it was from the ground up built just for us. And we paid in the mid 100,000s, right? But now our home is worth over 200,000, and we've been paying our mortgage down for 4 years. So when you buy that home and you're here, as you pay the mortgage and as you appreciate, you create that gap, which I like to call equity. So that's a personal story, but I'll share a lot more about my own personal home buying journey, because it was very inspiring to me and it led me to do literally what I do today. So better believe that a part of Vlogmas will definitely be me talking about my home buying story. You can shine on me, baby, baby, baby. And oh, it's freaking recording. That's wonderful. All this information trying to get out. I promise you guys, it's gonna lead up to something so super epic. You're gonna flip. Like you're gonna flip, and like your socks are gonna come on. Okay.